In the small intestine, there are an average of 12 basal electrical rhythms per minute in the proximal jejunum, and which are going to decline as it comes to the distal ileum for 8 BER per minute. Motility of small intestine during interdigestive period. They are called as migratory motor complexes, and these MMCs pass along the small intestine at regular intervals during interdigestive period. The MMC sweep out the chyme remaining in the small intestine. Motility during digestive period. They are mixing movements and they include uh, pendular movements. These are when there is a distension of portion of small intestine with the chyme, then there will be lengthening and shortening of smooth muscles of that portion, particularly longitudinal muscles. This will result in contraction and relaxation of those muscles, and because of this, the chyme move to and fro or side to side movements in a pendular fashion. Purpose is to mix the chyme with intestinal juice. Then we have rhythmic segmental contraction. They are ring-like contractions that appear at regular intervals along the segments of small intestine when they are loaded with chyme. These ring contractions then disappear and are replaced by another set of ring-like contractions in the segments between the previous contraction. That is, the areas of relaxation become areas of constriction and vice versa. They move to and fro and increases its exposure to the mucosal surface. They are initiated by focal increase in calcium influx with the waves of increased calcium concentration spread from each focus. It is purely myogenic than neurogenic. So you can see here the segmental contraction, it is a relaxed muscle, then the constriction of rings, they are going to appear at the distant sites, okay, and afterwards they relaxes, and the in between the two contracted segment is contracted, so there will be appearance of the rings between two contracted segments where now they are relaxed. So this is going to help in the proper mixing of the chyme. Then propulsive movements like peristalsis. Peristalsis is a propulsive wave which propels intestinal contents towards large intestine. Peristaltic contraction involves contraction of segment behind the bolus and simultaneous relaxation of the segment in front of the bolus. The stimulus for peristalsis is distension. Each contraction travels for a short distance and then dies out. A new contraction is then initiated from the site little distal to the site of origin of the previous contraction. In this way, a continuous peristaltic wave is set in intestine. The peristaltic wave always travels from oral end towards the aboral end of intestine, and this is called as Starling's law of gut. You can see the peristaltic contraction, which is going to lead to the wave of distension, okay, and then so when the food enters here, this part is going to be contracted, and the further part, the distal part, is going to be relaxes, and the bolus is going to move in aboral direction. Peristaltic rush. Peristaltic rush refers to very powerful peristaltic waves. It is not seen normally, but they occur when intestine is obstructed. Moments of villi. The movements of villi consist of alternative shortening and elongation of the villi. The movements of villi helps in emptying of lymph from central lacteal into the lymphatic system. The surface area of villi is increased during elongation, and this helps in absorption of digested food particles from the lumen of